And hello everybody, today I am opening yet another dead card game. I'm a sucker for cheap bulk dead card games. I actually picked this up along with an entire booster box of the Metabots card game. If you don't remember the Metabots, back when anime was all the craze and coming out in the 90s, this thing came over. I just remember Beetle. They had really weird names. They had really weird voices. Kind of reminded me of Mega Man. I have opened the pack because in a box for a deck, you had one starter deck and then you would actually get a booster pack. I opened the booster pack. Okay, so it's not completely unopened, but look, man, sealed deck here. So terrible, it only had one pack of cards. Like Zico had at least 4 sets, right? Zatch Bell went and did, I think it did 3 or 4 before America shut it off. I mean, Japan got, I think, throughout the entirety of it. It's so bad that the rules are incomplete in the rule book. Let's see if I can even show you a picture of the incomplete. It's like later when we release more stuff, we'll complicate the game even more. Yeah. Here's a diagram of Meta Fighter cards. And then I think it describes the colors there. No, where is it? Huh. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen it. Where they describe an element of the card that they completely just say forget about it because we'll release it later because the game's too complicated as is. I mean, it's for kids, yeah, but there's a whole picture of all the not all the cards, but all the robots that were in it. And it was fought in a grid-based combat. It reminds me a lot of Mega Man Battle Network, where you move your units. Actually, a lot like that, because you could only attack with front row units and stuff like that. Then you have points. That's HP? Player's HP. Ooh, it's been a while. So let's open it. We got our little hollow guy. Maybe later I'll show you the collection. I'll do collection videos of a lot of these older card games. They're dead. Who has a unboxing of Metabots starter deck, only deck? So, it's not really a starter deck. It's the only thing that they had. This and the first cards. And I do not have a complete set of the cards, nor do I care. I think I have all the rares, though. I think all the rare robots. So we got Metabee. I think eventually he gets a golden chip. I don't think any of those are actually stuff. Shrimp Princer? I forget. It's some shrimp robot. There's a robot hamster. Horse Knight thing, robot. See, they clearly don't have any of the good robots in here because that's the main guy. That's Metabee. But there's a whole bunch of other ones. There's Base. I'm pretty for sure there was one just like Base. At least looked like him. There's a monkey. There's just a bunch of robots. It's like a temple priestess. It's weird as a robot. Yeah, I think it's these. You see how there's a little bit of red there? They were going to do something else with, I think, some of the fighter cards. These are people who played in the show. Yeah, huh, I don't... There, this weird triangle piece. That triangle piece was supposed to... Oh, all the fighters had it. Ooh. They were supposed to have some random part of the card game that literally is not in the rulebook saying we'll add it in later. And they never did because no one cared about Metabots. Except for some guy, like 20 years later, found it for a clearance, like a steal. Like, I think I had an entire booster box. I'm going to get the booster box of decks for $5. And I bought a booster box for $5. And I'm just like, sure. Like, I like opening cards. I think you've seen it with all the... Here, literally. See, Zico. I like opening packs of cards. I opened a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Recently. Let's go show the booster box. You know it's good YouTube when the guy walks away from the camera and he's talking in the background? And completely abandons his audience. Yeah. This was the booster box I bought for $5. You would have 10 of these suckers sitting in there. I went and opened all the card packs because you got cool card packs, and I wanted to see if I could actually pull them all in one, which I didn't. But yeah, I had at least a whole playset of whatever the starter deck has. And it's the only way to get Metabots. I like how starter decks have exclusive cards to them. You don't waste your time in opening the other pack and your rare happens to be your starter deck rare. But anyway, this was Relic Jones just opening a vintage Metabots starter deck. I don't know what they call a starter deck. They thought it would get the Pokemon craze, but it sure did not. But it has grid-based battle. But grid-based battle is infinitely useless when attack speed was like the only... There's an attack speed on these. And it's literally the only thing that matters, because if you attack first... Yeah, that's your attack speed. And then this is where you can attack. Or how you're linked up. And attack speed's the most infinitely useful thing in it. I don't even know what the... They have like different attacks here, left, right. And I don't remember them in the rules because I played it years ago. But oh well, that's weird. The only Metabots box unopening on YouTube, just because I could. This is Relic Jones signing out. Good gaming.